Dear students, I welcome you to the lecture that deals with origin and evolution of wheat. Wheat is classified within the Poaceae family, formerly known as Gramineae. It stands as a staple food with diverse application. What sets wheat apart from other temperate crops is its distinctive ability to form doughs with unique properties. This characteristics allows for production of a diverse range of products, including various types of bread, pasta, noodles, cakes, cookies, pies, couscous, and other processed foods. Wheat is one of the most cultivated and consumed cereal grain that has a rich history spanning over thousands of years. Its journey from a wild grass to a staple food crop has been shaped by human intervention, natural selection, and environmental factors. In this lecture, we will delve into the origin and evolution of wheat, exploring its early domestication, genetic changes, and the subsequent spread of this crucial cereal crop. Now, we shall talk about origin and evolution of wheat. The story of wheat began in the Fertile Crescent, a region in the Middle East encompassing parts of modern-day Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan. Archaeological evidences suggest that wild grasses belong to the genus Triticum, the ancestors of modern wheat. It grew in this region over 10,000 years ago. These wild grasses were part of the natural vegetation, and early human populations likely gathered their seeds as part of their diet. The transition from hunter-gatherer societies to settled agricultural communities marked a crucial turning point in the human history. The development of agriculture allowed humans to cultivate and control plants and animal species for sustenance. Wheat played a pivotal role in this transition. The earliest evidence of wheat cultivation dates back to around 9600 BCE in the Levant region, where people began intentionally sowing and harvesting wild wheat. As agricultural practices advanced, the cultivation of wheat spread across different regions, adapting to diverse climates and soil conditions. Wheat became a staple crop in ancient civilizations, including those in Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and China. The ability of wheat to thrive in various environments contributed to its widespread adoption and laid the foundation for the development of complex societies. The earliest cultivated species are hulled wheats and comprise all three polyploidy levels known as Triticum species, diploid, tetraploid, and hexaploid. These species are Ancon, Emmer, and Spelt, and their corresponding wild ancestors are still found in these territories. The domestication of wheat involved selecting plants with desirable traits such as longer seeds and ease of cultivation. Over generations, this process led to the development of cultivated varieties that were distinct from their wild ancestors. The evolution of wheat is a fascinating journey that spans thousands of years, from its origins as a wild grass to its current status as one of the world's most important cereal crops. This evolution has been shaped by natural processes, human cultivation practices, and scientific advancements. Let us explore these aspects in detail. First, hybridization. Some wheat species are diploid with 2 sets of chromosomes, but many are stable polyploids with 4 sets of chromosomes, or hexaploid. Ancon wheat, Triticum monococcum, is diploid, that is 2 complements of 7 chromosomes, 2n is equal to 14. Most tetraploid wheats, example, Emmer and Durum wheats, are derived from wild Emmer, Triticum dicocoides. Wild Emmer is itself the result of a hybridization between 2 diploid wild grasses, T. urartu, and a wild goat grass such as Aegilops peltoides. The hybridization that formed wild emmer occurred in the void long before domestication and was driven by natural selection. Hexaploid wheats evolved in farmers' fields as wild emmer hybridized with another goat grass, Aegilops scarosa or Aegilops tauschii, to make the hexaploid wheats, including bread wheat. Now we talk about human intervention. Human intervention must also have played an important role in the evolution of cultivated wheats and would have been associated with the Neolithic shifts from an economy based on hunting and gathering to a system based on food production through domestication of plants and animals. For example, forms of wheat would have been hulled, that is, their grains would have been tightly invested by tough palea and glooms. Early agriculturalists would have selected for varieties that with loose palea and glooms, since these would have made the flour making process easier. It goes without saying that these Neolithic farmers would not have known that they were selecting for genes that confirm these characteristics of mature plants. As agricultural societies matured, a heightened awareness of plant characteristics emerged, leading to the deliberate selection of wheat varieties with specific traits. Disease resistance became a primary focus, with farmers actively choosing varieties that exhibited robust defense against prevalent pests and pathogens. This deliberate selection aimed to enhance the overall resilience of wheat crops, ensuring a more reliable and secure food supply. Furthermore, the pursuit of higher yield became a central goal for later agriculturalists. This involved selecting wheat varieties that demonstrated an increased capacity for grain production per unit of land. Through careful observation and selective breeding, farmers were able to amplify the productivity of their fields, addressing the growing demand of expanding populations. Adaptations to diverse climates also became a key consideration. Agriculturists sought wheat varieties that could thrive in varying environmental conditions, from different soil types to fluctuating temperature ranges. This adaptability allowed the global dissemination of wheat cultivation, making it a staple crop across a wide range of geographical regions. Now we shall talk about cultivated wheat. Cultivated wheat today primarily revolves around two major species: hexaploid bread wheat, that is Triticum aestivum. It constitutes a substantial 95% of global production, and tetraploid durum wheat, that is Triticum durum, accounting for the remaining 5%. Let us briefly discuss both of these. Bread wheat, Triticum aestivum. It is recognized for constituting approximately 95% of the total wheat production. Triticum aestivum is a hexaploid species, that is 2n is equal to 42, characterized by the presence of AABBDD genomes. This versatile wheat variant is further categorized into hard wheat and soft wheat, distinguishing the grain hardness. Flour derives from bread wheat, serving as a fundamental ingredient in a wide array of food products and baked goods, contributing to the diverse offerings in the culinary landscape. Pasta wheat or durum wheat, that is Triticum durum. It is a tetraploid wheat species with AABB genomes and a chromosome count of 2n is equal to 28. It contributes significantly to the global wheat production, accounting for approximately 40 million metric tons. This particular wheat variety is well suited for hot and arid conditions, with many wheat cultivating nations around the Mediterranean Sea utilizing it. Known as pasta wheat, durum wheat is especially cultivated for making pasta. In Middle Eastern countries, durum wheat takes an additional roles, being ground into flour for various uses including feed, while grain grits find application in Saudi Arabia. Lesser in significance, other wheat species are cultivated based on market demand. These include einkorn, emmer, and spelt. Now we shall talk about culinary uses of wheat. Wheat, with its unique properties and versatility, serves as a cornerstone in the culinary world, offering a diverse range of applications across various cuisines. Its culinary uses are vast and varied. Bread. Perhaps the most iconic use of wheat is the bread making. It involves combining wheat flour, water, yeast, and salt to create a leavened or unleavened dough. The result is an array of bread varieties from baguettes to sourdough, reflecting different regional preferences. Now, pasta and noodles. Durum wheat, specially suited for pasta making, is used to produce an extensive variety of pasta shapes and sizes such as spaghetti, penne, and ravioli. Wheat noodles, popular in Asian cuisines, are made from wheat flour and water. Now, pastry and baked goods from wheat. Wheat flour forms the basis of an array of pastries and baked goods, including cakes, cookies, pies, and pastries. The gluten in wheat flour contributes to the structure and texture of these delectable treats. Now, couscous and bulgur. These are traditional grains made from crushed wheat. Couscous is a staple in North African cuisine, while bulgur is common in Middle Eastern dishes like tabbouleh. Breakfast cereals from wheat. Many breakfast cereals are wheat-based, providing a quick and convenient morning meal. Wheat flake puffs and granola are common components of these cereals. Now, wheat flour tortillas. Common in Mexican and Tex-Mex cuisines, wheat flour tortillas are a versatile option for wrapping and holding various fillings, such as those used in burritos and fajitas. Now, crackers and biscuits. Wheat flour is a key ingredient in the production of crackers and biscuits. These snacks come in various shapes and flavors, catering to different tastes. Now, dumplings and dumpling wrappers. In Asian cuisine, wheat flour is used to create dumplings and dumpling wrappers, which can be filled with a variety of ingredients and prepared through steaming, boiling, or frying. Wheat-based beverages. Wheat is used in the production of beer, some types of whiskey like bourbon. Additionally, wheatgrass, a young wheat plant, is juiced for its nutritional benefits. Now we shall talk about nutritional profile of wheat. Wheat is a versatile and nutritionally dense cereal grain that provides a range of essential nutrients. The nutritional profile of wheat can vary based on the form in which it is consumed and the specific wheat variety. Wheat grains contribute approximately 55% of the carbohydrate and 20% of the overall food calories. The composition of wheat includes 78% carbohydrates, 14% protein, 2% fat, and 2.5% minerals, including zinc, iron, selenium, and magnesium, along with essential vitamins such as thiamine and vitamin B. Wheat grains have a pericarp classified as a true seed, with protein primarily stored in the endosperm, constituting about 72% of the protein content. Additionally, wheat grains are rich in pantothenic acid, riboflavin, and sugars. The bran comprising the pericarp, testa, and aileron serves as a dietary source of fiber, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, and niacin in smaller quantities. The kernel of wheat are a nutritional treasure, with the endosperm accounting for approximately 83% of the kernel's weight. This part is the source of white flour and contains the majority of proteins, carbohydrates, iron, and various B complex vitamins such as riboflavin, niacin, and thiamine. Bran makes up around 14.5% of the kernel's weight and can be present in the whole wheat flour or purchased separately. Bran contains small amounts of protein, significant B complex vitamins, trace minerals, and indigestible cellulose fiber. The wheat germ, considered the embryo of the wheat kernel, is rich in protein, lipids, and numerous B vitamins. It is high in vitamin E, magnesium, thiamine, pantothenic acid, niacin, phosphorus, and zinc, with small amounts of ubiquinone and PABA. Wheat germ is also abundant in fiber, providing 1 gram per tablespoon, making it beneficial for immune function, reducing constipation, and potentially assisting individuals at risk for colon disease, heart disease, or diabetes. Overall, the diverse nutritional components of wheat make it a valuable and versatile dietary resource. Now, the brilliance of whole grain wheat. Whole grain wheat, distinguished by the inclusion of the bran, germ, and endosperm, stands as a nutritionally superior choice compared to refined wheat. This distinction is vital for several reasons. Whole grain wheat is rich in dietary fiber derived from the bran and germ, offering benefits such as enhanced digestive health and a heightened sense of satiety. In contrast, refined wheat, which undergoes a process of stripping away the bran, witnesses a significant reduction in fiber content, potentially impacting the digestive well-being and diminishing the overall satisfaction derived from consumption. Another critical aspect lies in nutrient retention. Whole grain wheat maintains essential components like B vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants present in the germ and bran. On the other hand, refined wheat subjected to processing that removes these nutrient-rich layers results in a final product depleted of vital vitamins and minerals. The impact on blood sugar regulation further underscores the importance of the whole grain wheat. With its high fiber content and slower digestion, whole grains contribute to better regulation of blood sugar levels, advantageous for individuals managing diabetes or seeking improved glycemic control. In contrast, refined wheat, characterized by rapid carbohydrate digestion, can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels and potentially long-term issues with insulin resistance. Heart health is another area where whole grain wheat shines. Diets rich in whole grains are associated with a reduced risk of heart disease attributed to combination of fiber, antioxidants, and heart-healthy fats. Conversely, elevated consumption of refined grains have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, underscoring the importance of choosing whole grains for cardiovascular well-being. Now, let us talk about the health risks associated with the wheat consumption. Both respiratory and food allergies to wheat have been reported. Respiratory allergies, that is, baker's asthma, has been known since Roman times, when slaves handling flour and dough were required to wear masks, and is currently one of the most important forms of occupational allergy. A wide range of wheat grain proteins have been shown to react with immunoglobulin IgE in sera of patients with baker's asthma, including gliadins, glutenins, serpins, serine protease inhibitors, thioredoxin, agglutinin, and a number of enzymes such as alpha and beta amylases, peroxidases, acyl CoA oxidase, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase, and triose phosphate isomerase. However, it is clear that the predominant wheat proteins responsible for Baker's asthma are a class of alpha amylase inhibitors, also known as CM proteins. Furthermore, their activity has been demonstrated by a range of approaches, including skin pricks and RAST, radioallergosorbent test, as well as immunoblotting, ELISA, and screening expression libraries with IgE fractions. Wheat is listed among the big 8 food allergens, which together account for about 90% of all allergic responses. However, the incidence of true food allergy is in fact fairly infrequent in adults, although it may affect up to 1% of the children. A number of wheat proteins have been reported to be responsible for allergic responses to the ingestion of wheat products, but only one syndrome has been studied in detail. Wheat-dependent exercise-induced anaphylaxis, that is WDEIA, is a well-defined syndrome in which the ingestion of a product containing wheat followed by physical exercise can result in an anaphylactic response. The work carried out by several groups has clearly established that this condition is associated with a group of X gliadins called as X5 gliadins, which are encoded by genes on chromosome 1b. Other allergic responses to wheat proteins include atopic dermatitis, urticaria, and anaphylaxis. Not surprisingly, these symptoms have been associated with a number of wheat proteins, most notably gluten proteins, but also CM proteins, enzymes, and lipid transfer proteins. Dietary intolerance to wheat is almost certainly more widespread than allergy, notably celiac diseases, which is estimated to affect 1% of the population of Western Europe, and dermatitis herpetiformis, which has an incidence between about 2-fold and 5-fold lower than CD. CD is a chronic inflammation of the bowel which leads to malabsorption of nutrients. The possibility of producing wheat which lacks the celiac toxin peptides has been discussed for many years, but interest in this strategy tended to decline as it became clear that most, if not all, gluten proteins are toxic to at least some susceptible individuals rather than only the gliadins as initially thought. However, few studies have shown that it is possible to identify natural forms of gliadin which have few or no celiac toxin epitopes, raising the possibility of selecting for less toxic lines of wheat by classical plant breeding. RNA interference technology has also been used to silence the alpha gliadin and C gliadin. The combination of these two approaches may therefore allow the production of less toxic, if not non-toxic, wheat for celiac patients without significant loss of the processing properties conferred by the gluten proteins. Dermatitis herpetiformis is a skin eruption resulting from ingestion of gluten and is associated with the deposition of IgA antibodies in dermal papillae. These include IgA antibodies to epidermal transglutaminase, which is considered to be an important autoantigen in disease development. Now, we are going to talk about other medical conditions related to gluten proteins. Various reports have linked wheat, particularly wheat proteins, to a spectrum of medical conditions, ranging from widely publicized claim in the media to scientifically documented studies in medical literature. While autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, more prevalent in individuals with celiac disease and their relatives, can be conceptually linked, due to a shared immunological basis. Explaining well-established connections between wheat, celiac disease, and schizophrenia present a greater challenge. Additional reported associations encompass conditions such as gluten ataxia, migraines, acute psychosis, and various neurological illnesses. Some physicians even suggest a gluten-free, casein-free diet for autism, although effects not mediated by the immune system are intricate to define and diagnose. While certain effects may be immune mediated, others could stem from the release of bioactive peptides within the body, particularly those derived from gluten protein. Gluten has been identified as a source of diverse peptides, including opioid peptides, exorphins, and an angiotensin 1 converting enzyme inhibitor. It is crucial to note that while these activities have been demonstrated in vitro, their in vivo significance remains to be fully established. Now, in conclusion, the story is not just a historical narrative. It is an ongoing saga of research, advancement, and challenge. The origin and evolution of wheat encapsulate a remarkable journey that intertwines with the very fabric of human civilization. From its modest beginnings as a wild grass in the Fertile Crescent, wheat has transcended its botanical roots to become a global staple, shaping societies, economies, and cultures throughout the millennia. The tale of wheat's evolution is a testament to the symbiotic relationship between humans and nature. The genetic changes driven by human intervention reflect a profound understanding of plant characteristics, leading to the cultivation of varieties with desirable traits and the ability to adapt to diverse environments. Today, as hexaploid bred wheat and tetraploid durum wheat dominate global production, the story of wheat continues. These versatile species contribute not only to the culinary diversity of our diets, but also to the intricate web of agricultural practices and scientific advancements. As we stand at the intersection of tradition and innovation, the evolution of wheat mirrors our journey as a species resilient, adaptable, and deeply interconnected with the natural world. So, dear students, I hope you enjoyed learning about origin and evolution of wheat in this lecture. Thank you very much.